Right, before I get into the video, I just want to say that this will probably be the last storytime video I make for a while. I'll still make more stories, but it's just that I can't actually get the audio from my friends and PlayStation parties onto the recordings. So I'm going to try and fix that, and once I've fixed it, I'm going to start making actually gameplay videos instead of just stories. But like, with that out of the way, I'm going to get into the actual video now. This story happened in about late October or early November of last year, and so I had this pencil case and it had broken, but I found this old one, so I was using that, but it was a really big pencil case and I barely had any other things in my old pencil case, so I was thinking it was just a waste of space carrying this massive pencil case with barely any stuff in it. So my sister has recently moved out of the house at that time, but she had these cups in her bedroom with like a bunch of pens and pencils and just stationery equipment. So she when she left, I basically got like her entire room, because my room and her room are like the smallest in the house, so it kind of made sense that I got two of them. So I got both of them, and there are like a bunch of pens and pencils in our room in like these little cups, but obviously I couldn't see the bottom of the cups. I could only see like the pens and pencils coming out, so I just, without looking in there, I poured like a bunch of them into the pencil case, and there was a vape in the pencil case which I did see, so I took that out, but I thought that was the only thing in there, so I brought it to school the next day not thinking anything was going to happen. So I got through period 1 perfectly fine, and then period 2 happened, which was terrible. So we just moved seats in our science class that day, which meant I knew the people that I was sitting next to, but I wasn't very good friends with them. I was friends with them, but I wasn't like very good friends with them. So I sat next to them. I was in between them. Those two were friends. I was friends with them, but not good friends with them. So it was kind of awkward while they, like, because they were talking to each other, but I wasn't. And then I opened this thing. I opened my pencil case, and I noticed and one of my friends next to me, the one on the right, he noticed there was a pill in it. So he like took it out and asked what it was, and I said, I don't know. And then I told him the story that I basically just told you. And then so he pulls it out, and then it's got this like dust in it. Now this isn't anything bad. I thought I should just say that now. This isn't anything bad. I'll find out what it is at the end of the story. So there's this dust in it. So one of my friends picks it up, and he just picks it up and he squeezes it accidentally, and all the dust starts coming out. And there's one person next to him. We'll call him Tim. And Tim sees this dust coming out of it, and instead of noticing the pill, he thinks we're smoking. So he tells the teacher that all three of us were smoking, which we weren't. And then one of the teachers comes over, teaching assistant comes over. I just want to say that my actual science teacher wasn't paying attention at all. So one of the teaching assistants comes over, and she looks at it, and she asks me what it was, and I said, I don't know. So she took it, and she wrapped it in some tissue, and then, so, I don't know where she went. Her and Tim went out of the classroom for about 10 minutes, so I thought, okay, I guess I'm not in trouble. And then one of the most, like, authoritative, I don't know how you pronounce the word, one of the people with the most power in our school walked into the classroom and asked my friend, the one on the right, the one on the left, his name is Marcel. So he walks out of the classroom, and I'm still in there, so I think he must have got sent out for a different reason, because me and my friend on the right, whose name was Jay, didn't get dragged out, so I thought it was just for a different reason. And then like 2 minutes later they come in, and they asked me to leave. So now I walked out of the classroom, and I'm like there like shaking, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I hadn't got it through my head that I was in trouble about the pill yet, but I just hadn't. And then she showed me it, and asked me what it was, and I started stuttering so much, and I must have sounded so suspicious. So I'm like, this. So obviously she's like telling me to calm down and take a breath in, take a deep breath, and that's not helping because I hate it when people do that. So she's telling me to take a deep breath in, and that's not helping. And then I finally muster up the courage to say this sentence exactly, and it so makes me cringe so much. So I said to her, I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I just found it in my sister's room. I promise I had no intent or harm of harming myself or someone else around me. And then she's like, okay, you can go back in. But she kept Marcel in the class. So then Marcel walks in about another 5 minutes later, and I asked him what the teacher said to him, and he said basically what I got in trouble for. And then he also got in trouble for apparently texting girls inappropriate things. Now, he knew exactly what the teachers were talking about. By texting girls inappropriate things, he meant he was texting his crush that he liked her. So, he got in trouble for that. But we didn't actually get in trouble. But, like, that happened on a Friday too, in period 2. So the entire day past that. And then the entire weekend, I thought as soon as I go back to school, I was going to get in trouble. And then I didn't, thank God. But after school that day, I rang my sister, and she told me that it was just, she didn't know what it was. And, so a few months later, no, a month after that, my sister comes to visit, and I'm scrolling through YouTube, and I see this Luna video, that YouTuber I mentioned in the last video, and in the thumbnail there's a picture of Molly there, and I say to my sister, that's exactly what the pill looked like, and she told me that was a pill that you like swallow with water, and like it gets so solid, it gets solidified, and then it like fills in your teeth. So I got in trouble almost, and probably almost suspended, for a pill that fills in your teeth, and so that's annoyed me. And then that's okay. Once again, don't know how to outro this yet, so I'm just gonna cue my like outro thing that I invented last video. With all that out of the way, let's get to the outro.